Welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us for the North Hunterdon High School College Fair. Just a couple announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off so the panelists cannot see or hear you as a participant. And this is just one of many different sessions that we are offering this fall, so check back on the website, and this recording will be available on that same website as well about a week from now. And I'm going to just jump right in and turn it over to our first presenter, which is Purdue University.
All right. Hi, everybody. My name is Sarah Zoll. I'm one of the admissions counselors with Purdue. I'm actually regionally based, so I am here with you from New Jersey. I live about half an hour away from North Hunterdon. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you to go over a little bit about Purdue. This is our undergraduate enrollment. As of last year, we're still kind of figuring out our numbers for this year, pretty much the same. So about 35,000 undergraduate students, another 10,000 or so graduate students. You can see we're a little bit off kilter there with our male to female ratio, but a lot closer between our Indiana residents and our non-residents. We do have lots of different colleges and programs to choose from at Purdue. I won't go over all of them, a couple of highlights here. The College of Engineering is our largest academic college on campus. Of our 35,000 undergraduate students, about 10,000 or so are in our College of Engineering. We generally will enroll about 8,000 new freshmen each year. And again, about a third of those incoming first-year students come into the College of Engineering. One thing to keep in mind if you're interested in applying to Purdue, the entry point to the College of Engineering is our first-year engineering program. So we offer lots of different majors within engineering, but when you apply to the university, you'll apply just to our first-year engineering program. You'll do a general curriculum your freshman year and then move into your major your sophomore year. We also have an exploratory studies option. This is a great landing place for our undecided students or our students who maybe are deciding between a couple of different majors. You can spend up to 2 years in exploratory studies and then really go into any program at the university. Our College of Liberal Arts has a lot of great options. We have a phenomenal communications program and an English major. Our College of Science houses our computer science program, so that's a little bit different than some other colleges who have computer science with engineering, so you want to look out for that. And then our Polytechnic Institute really has some neat up-and-coming programs. We have a professional flight major at Purdue, so we have an airport right on campus, and then lots of engineering technology programs within Polytech as well. Lots of ways to get involved on campus. We have 1,000 student organizations, including our marching band with the world's largest drum. We have lots of academically related clubs and organizations, our outing club, Greek life, community service groups, lots of different ways to get out and around campus. One of our most popular clubs, and definitely a Purdue tradition, is our Reamer Club. They are responsible for maintaining and driving the Boilermaker Special, which is our official mascot. So it's that train there. It is a train on a truck bed that goes about 75 miles an hour. So it is street legal. It has been to New Jersey. It's been through Times Square and all the way to California. We are in the Big Ten for athletics. So if you're looking for a large university with world-class academics, but also a ton of school spirit, Purdue is definitely the place for you. Our football team has disappointed us the last couple of seasons, but we're hoping maybe with a shortened Big Ten season this fall, they'll be back in action. Men's and women's basketball and women's volleyball are always really successful. So a really fun place to see any athletic event on campus. When you apply to Purdue, this is what we need from you. We're on the Common App. We have a couple Purdue specific questions, which will include the majors that you're applying to. You can apply to a first and second choice major. We also ask that you write a short answer of why you're applying to Purdue and then why you're applying to those programs. You can self-report your courses and grades, so that will replace the need for you to send an official high school transcript. You can also self-report your test scores. This year for seniors applying, we are test flexible, which means if you have test scores, you can send those in. If you don't have test scores, that's okay too. You can apply with or without test scores. We'll need that main Common App essay and then your application fee or fee waiver. Our deadlines, I'll get these all up here because we're running out of time. The early action deadline is November 1st. That's also the deadline to be considered for merit scholarships and to apply to the Honors College. If you apply early, you'll find out in January. January 15th is also our regular decision deadline. You have until May 1st to accept your offer and then a couple of extra days to apply for housing. So that was Purdue in a quick nutshell. All of our contact information is there, including my email address, but thanks for joining us tonight.
All right, thank you so much. So next up we have Paterson University.
All right, hello everybody. My name is Kyle DeVeza and I'm an admissions counselor for Paterson University. A little bit about us. We are located in New Jersey, in Wayne. We are roughly about 20 miles outside of New York City. We are actually considered the third oldest college in New Jersey, founded in 1855. We are known for exceptional education at an affordable price, and we are home to 43 Fulbright scholars among faculty. We are considered one of the most diverse institutions in New Jersey, and our campus is actually 380 acres. So 30% of our students live on campus, 50% of which are freshmen. We are home to over 11,000 undergraduate students. We provide guaranteed housing for an entire academic career of a student. We are home to 13 Division III intercollegiate sports, and we are also home to over 120 clubs and student organizations. We were recently categorized as a Hispanic serving institution. For academics, we are home to 5 academic colleges and over 250 majors, minors, and concentrations. Freshman students are able to apply as undeclared. We ask that students finalize their academic major by sophomore year. Students always ask me what are the most popular majors that Paterson has to offer, and I would say it would have to be nursing, music, business, criminology and criminal justice, and psychology as well. A couple of our new academic programs would have to be our accelerated 3+2 sports medicine program, as well as actuary science, and we do have a 5-year MBA program. Now, in terms of application, we are part of the Common App, as well as we have our own Paterson application. The majority of academic majors have agreed to go test optional, the only exception being nursing. At this time, the nursing department is reviewing their requirements for fall 2021 in regards to test scores. They understand the pandemic had to close many of the test centers, so they are reviewing that. For students who are interested in academic scholarships, we are proud to say that we have gone test optional for scholarships as well. So I wanted to provide this nice one sheet of deadlines for any students interested. Our scholarships will range from $5,000 to $8,000 per year. And we also do offer an honors college as well as an EOF program for any students who are interested. So I am part of the freshman admissions team, so you can find my contact information on this screen. So feel free to email me, text me, call me. We're proud to say that we are offering limited in-person campus tours this fall, but we are offering a plethora of virtual student-led tours as well as general information sessions. So if you had any specific questions about a particular academic program, or wanted to speak with faculty or a current student, we'd be happy to host you at an event or set something up with you one-on-one. So I just wanted to thank you guys for joining us, and feel free to ask any questions if I didn't cover something you're looking for.
All right, thank you so much. And next up, we have the University of Colorado Boulder.
Great, thank you everybody. I apologize, the ice cream truck literally just went by and my dog is barking, so I'm gonna hope that they don't come back. All right. Oh, sorry. Okay, great. Well, thank you so much for spending time with me today to learn about the University of Colorado Boulder. My name is Lindsay Skirdo. I'm the admission counselor for all the students from New Jersey. And I want to introduce you to our wonderful flagship institution. So we are located in Boulder, Colorado. We're about 30 minutes away from downtown Denver and the beautiful foothills of the Rocky Mountains. We are a large flagship institution with a Tier 1 research status, like I mentioned, which means that we have hundreds of different subjects to study and this really nice college town environment with some really excellent faculty. We are, as mentioned, one of the top public institutions in the country, and we are a part of a very special form of accredited universities in the American Association, most of them being private, but we are one of the 36 public schools included in that affiliation. We also are really well known for our research and innovation on campus. So we have, I think, 100 different technologies that have come out of CU Boulder research specifically in the last 20 years. We also have about 2,000 students every year who are a part of our undergraduate research program, where undergraduate students get funding to conduct their own research. And we have a really high quality of life for our students in the environment, which includes not just the campus of Boulder, but the city as well, which is really integrated into the community in a highly walkable environment with a really nice year-round climate for students to be really involved. In terms of academics, we really want to make sure that you have time to customize what you study. So that includes more than 100 different majors. It also includes adding things like a minor. We do have our concurrent programs that you can be a part of, as well as certificates that you can add onto your studies. And so this is why students who, even if they get the same degree on our campus, really have opportunities to branch out and study a lot of interdisciplinary areas. With that, we have 7 different colleges and programs, which are featured here, and including our arts and sciences, as well as one of the top engineering programs in the country. We're ranked in the top 10 for aerospace, for example, as well as computer science. We also have our Bleed School of Business, which is very well known for its mentorship program and career service placement. Our School of Education does licensing as well as leadership education. We have our College of Media, Communication, and Information, which does a lot of interdisciplinary focus on media studies, including production, writing, context, and data science. Our College of Music is a professional conservatory that you can go into where you'd have to audition and get your degree. And then we also have an architecture program, which focuses on designing things like urban design, landscape design, interior, and products of design. Now, the 8th program that's not listed on here is exploratory studies. And so that is an undecided track that you can do at CU Boulder. In addition to our academics, we have a really robust community of students coming from literally all over the country. 45% of our students come from outside of Colorado, and almost 10% of our students come from outside of the United States. So we've got a really diverse group of students on our campus who are involved in things like service, entrepreneurship, research, of course, exploring the outdoors and getting involved, and other kinds of student clubs and organizations. We have more than 500 different student clubs on campus, so you can really get involved in the activities that you enjoy. For example, you might head over to Fair and Field, which is kind of like the backyard of campus. You might be playing a sport there, studying, or even seeing a speaker. For example, First Lady Michelle Obama came and spoke at Fair and Field a while ago. Norland Library would be a great place for you to do some projects. It's where we have our writing center, student academic and support services. We also have a large collection of materials there and a coffee shop. And of course, the downtown campus, which is our Norland Quad, which was designed by the same architects who did Central Park. We have access to the outdoors, one of my favorite things about being in Boulder, Colorado. So that means that pretty much year round, you can be out and about. Chautauqua Park is a really local hiking spot you can check out. We also have access to downtown Boulder, which is about a mile away from campus. And that includes Pearl Street, which has almost 300 different restaurants and shops. You might also be looking locally for things like internships and access to work. We've got a lot of companies that are very locally based in Boulder, Colorado to connect you, including Google, which has been around since 2006 in Boulder, amongst a lot of other kinds of firms and industries. If you're interested in more of the college athletics and the school spirit, definitely recommend stopping by Folsom Field to catch a football game. We're in the Pac-12 conference, so we're playing USC, Berkeley, Washington, Stanford, for example, in a typical season. And as well as watching sports, you can play them. We have about 50 different sports that you can play on campus. And of course, you can explore well beyond the confines of the college town and campus and head out to Denver. Like I mentioned, we've got 9 professional sports teams in Denver. We've got a large international airport about 45 minutes from campus. And in this area that you're looking at, you can really expect to be able to travel on foot, bike, public transportation without the need of a car. In terms of admissions, we are still on the Common App, and we do require 2 essays as well as a fee. One thing that has been updated this year is we are accepting unofficial transcripts, so a student can upload their own transcripts to get an admissions decision, and we are going test optional, so that if you would like to be getting an admissions decision without a test score, you can do so, or you can submit one. We also still require 1 letter of recommendation. We always conduct the holistic review, meaning that we're going to take a look at both your academic factors that are listed at the top here, as well as your non-academic factors below. And there will also be a section for you to list any kinds of additional circumstances in your application that are related specifically to COVID-19. Our upcoming deadline for early action is November 15th, so I definitely encourage you to turn everything in by then. That will get you a guaranteed decision no later than February, and it is a non-binding early action. In addition, if you want to hear more from us, that's not 6 minutes, I definitely recommend checking out colorado.edu/visit, where you can see all of the online options that we have. We have basically every college, current students, sample lectures, lots of ways for you to feel like you're visiting and getting to know the university when you're not physically there. With that, I wish you guys the best of luck. You are always welcome to contact our admissions office. If you're interested in CU Boulder, that email is admissions@colorado.edu, or you can contact me, Lindsay Skirdo, directly through this email, and I can help you out with your process. Thanks so much for checking in.
Oh, sorry about that. Thank you so much. And next up is Stevenson University.
All right. Well, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for tuning in today. My name is Megumi Gomyo. I'm a senior admissions counselor, and I work with students from Northern and Central New Jersey. So I would be your point of contact at the university, and I'll be telling you a little bit about what we have to offer. So just a few fast facts. We are located in Owings Mills, Maryland, which is about 30 minutes from downtown Baltimore. So from North Hunterdon High School, it's roughly a 3-hour drive. So we're a perfect fit for the students who are looking to go out of state for school, but not too far away. We are a small, private, liberal arts university. The average class size is about 17 students. So this is a really great environment to be in. You get to know your classmates and your professors. And our students are really building relationships with their professors and university staff members that establish a network for them during their undergraduate education. All of our majors require that students complete some sort of internship, research project, or a capstone seminar that gets them outside of the classroom, really gaining and developing those skills that are essential for them in whatever career it is that they want to pursue. Since we're so close to Baltimore and we're not that far from Washington, D.C., there's a wide variety of opportunities for students to pursue, no matter what it is, no matter what field it is that they're interested in. 47% of our students identify as a racial or ethnic minority, which we are very proud of. We're very proud to say that we are a diverse and welcoming campus where our students are very open-minded and welcoming. And we have over 90 different majors, minors, tracks, and pre-professional programs to choose from. Our most popular majors are nursing. We have a direct admit nursing program, biology, business administration, criminal justice, and deciding, which is our version of undecided. I do want to highlight our our university values, exceptional experiences, connection to career, and community centered on student success. We provide our students exceptional experiences both inside and outside of the classroom, the opportunity to develop essential career skills, like I mentioned, and a tight-knit community invested in seeing our students achieve their goals. So with all of that being said, this is how you can apply to become a Mustang at Stevenson. So we require the application, official high school transcripts, and an essay and a short response specific to Stevenson. You can apply either using the Common App or the application that is found on our website. Either way you apply, it is free. We do not charge an application fee. Additionally, we have also gone test optional for fall 2021 applicants, and submitting a letter of recommendation is also optional. If you have someone writing a letter for you, go ahead and have them submit it to us, but you do not have to. These are all the different scholarships that we offer, and you can check them out more at the link that's listed on this slide. So our merit-based scholarships require no separate application. So all of our applicants are automatically reviewed for one of these awards. They range from $12,800 per year to $20,800 per year, and the priority deadline is December 1st. We have a few different other scholarships listed here that require separate applications. Our Presidential Fellowship is the most competitive one. It is our full tuition award, and you'll see there is a 3.7 GPA requirement with the same deadline as December 1st. Our Leadership and Service Scholars programs, their names kind of indicate what they are all about. They're for students interested in developing their leadership skills or really learning what it means to do meaningful community service. Theater and Visual Arts scholarships are major specific for students interested in pursuing those fields. And our Founders Scholarship is our interview-based awards. You would simply schedule a time to meet with someone like myself. This year we're doing it virtually. And I'll just ask you a few questions to get to know you a little bit better as a student and see your potential for making a difference on our campus. So these are all of our important deadlines to remember. We operate on a rolling admissions calendar, so there is no early action or early decision. You'll see here these deadlines are based around our scholarships and financial aid. So December 1st is that the priority scholarship consideration deadline, as well as the deadline to apply for our full tuition award, the Presidential Fellowship. January 15th is the deadline to apply for those other awards that require a separate application. February 1st is our final scholarship consideration deadline. If a student applies after February 1st, we review them on a case-by-case basis for our different merit-based scholarships. And then March 1st is the freshman application deadline. I always encourage students to apply earlier because the earlier you apply to Stevenson, the earlier you hear back from us. It takes us on average about 3 weeks to mail back a decision to applicants. And that was all I had prepared to discuss this evening with everyone. I hope you learned a little bit about Stevenson. If you have any additional questions, you can feel free to contact me. Any of these methods, email, phone, text, I'm more than happy to hear from students. You can go to stevenson.edu/meetcounselor and schedule a time to talk with me if you would like. And I'm also going to plug our Admissions Run Instagram account, Future SC Mustangs. It's a great way to stay connected with us during your college application process. So thank you again and have a wonderful rest of your evening.
Thanks so much. And just at this juncture, I want to remind our participants of the Q&A box. If you have questions that come up during these presentations, feel free to pop your questions in there, and the school representatives can answer those questions even during other people's presentations, or we'll have a few minutes at the end for that as well. And next up, we have East Stroudsburg University.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Hamdi. I am the Assistant Director of Admissions at East Stroudsburg University. And East Stroudsburg University is a mid-sized state college. We are located in the Poconos in Pennsylvania. We have a great location. We're very close to New Jersey. We are, I always say we're we're far enough for you to kind of get out of the state, but close by if you want to go back home on the weekend for a family reunion or a party on the weekend, a birthday party. East Stroudsburg University is a mid-sized state college in the state of Pennsylvania. Almost 7,000 students go to East Stroudsburg University. So we offer what a large campus offers when it comes to sports activities and resources, but when it comes to academia, we offer what a small college offers, which is a prime interpersonal experience inside the classroom that will allow you to grow professionally and individually. So that's why I always say mid-sized state colleges are the best of both worlds. East Stroudsburg University is the most diverse state college in the state of Pennsylvania. We have students from different cultures, different backgrounds and ethnicities, and we cherish our diversity. We offer as a mid-sized state college 58 undergraduate majors to choose from. Most of these majors are test optional except for nursing, pre-med, and computer science, but majority of our majors are test optional, and most of these majors work in accelerated method. For example, finance. If you come into the finance major and you work in the accelerated program, you'll graduate in 5 years with a master's and bachelor's degree. You save yourself 1 year of work, 1 year of tuition, and 1 year of hustle. That's available for most of our majors at ESU. Exploratory studies for those who are are not sure what they really want to do, it's a great program to allow you to find out what you're really passionate about and what you see yourself doing as a college career and after you graduate. Most of our professors are fully, they have the highest degrees in the subject matter they teach. They're fully well-rounded about the subject matter they teach. They are still connected with the field work, and we don't have assistant grad teaching the class, so you're being taught by full professors on campus. Those are some of the resources available for each and every single student to utilize for absolutely free. We have a museum on campus as well for animals you wouldn't be able to touch or see when they're alive. We have Bloomberg Finance Lab. It's available for all of our students, a 3D printer on campus for all of the students to utilize. And we have the entrepreneurial leadership. A lot of businesses got started out of this program. There's a lot of products right now being sold, CVS and Rite Aid right now, and the students who started the business are still a student on ASU campus. Study abroad program is phenomenal. We're well connected with almost 200 countries. You can all travel to Europe, for example, Spain, and learn Spanish for a semester and come back with an amazing international background, and then foreign credits that will go toward your major. Most of these programs, no extra cost. It's like taking the class at ASU, but taking it somewhere else in the world. Our location, we are only 59 minutes away from New York City and an hour and 45 minutes away from Philadelphia, which allows the students to have greater opportunities when it comes to internship. I know the political science major here have a great relationship with the United Nations in New York, and they send students almost every semester to do internships there. Sports management has a great relationship with the teams in New York and Philadelphia, so they send students there for internship opportunities as well. So we have a tremendous amount of opportunities when it comes to internships in both cities here. We offer the traditional, the suite, and the apartment style. So ESU students are, and as an incoming freshman, can live on the traditional style and the suite style. Each and every residence hall is fully equipped with all the amenities that will allow each and every single student to do everything they would need to do from their dorm room. So we have large gathering areas, kitchen, laundry, computer labs, printer labs, all that you can do in a residence hall. Academia is amazing, and East Stroudsburg University offers a great academia for a very, very affordable price in the state of Pennsylvania. But academia alone is not the only thing that will help you grow professionally. So we offer, based on research, students who are involved and engaged in different activities that are better equipped with for the real world. So we offer over 110 clubs and organizations to kind of allow you to grow and learn social skills, advocacy, and leadership. One of the clubs that ESU offers over 110. One of them is a student senate, and they get a budget of $1.5 million each and every single year, and they decide how that money gets spent. That teaches a lot of students a lot of leadership, a lot of advocacy, a lot about how to stand up and speak up for themselves, and it works hand in hand with the academy inside the classroom to prepare you to become the best you can be when you graduate. We have sororities, fraternities, and we also, food makes me happy. I love food. So we have 6 dining areas, and we have really nice gym. And the main dining area, it's all you can eat option. East Stroudsburg University is in between 2 towns. So within walking distance, there's a lot of eatery places, and your ID card, your school ID card works with the 14 different restaurants across campus. We have Starbucks on campus, and also Barnes & Nobles is supporting our bookstore, police department on campus, touring center, writing lab. Those are great resources for students to make sure they're not falling behind. The great resource, career services, allows students to have internships as early, works with the students to kind of get them an internship as early as sophomores. So most of the students who participate in internships, they end up having that internship as a full-time offer. So this is a great resource, and it's a lifetime resource that students can utilize for their own professional growth. We have the Oasis. We are a residential campus, and housing on campus is guaranteed throughout the 4 years. You're here at ESU, but ESU gives you that flexibility. You're only allowed to live on campus the first year, and you can move out as early as sophomore if you wish. Each and every single student will be paired with a mentor. And I know I'm running out of my time. We're D2 when it comes to sports. Those are some of the companies what we partner with. We are rolling admission. Any student from New Jersey will be awarded with $8,500 if they have a 3.0 or better. And we are the only school in Pennsylvania that frees your tuition for 4 years or 8 executive semester. Whatever you pay the first semester is going to be the same for the last and 8th semester. And thank you so much. Stay connected. If you have any questions, please post it in there. I'll visit the Q&A. And I'm really sorry that I went over the time.
All right, and our final institution for this session is the University of Alabama.
Hello, everyone. My name is Chris Paul. I am the Central New Jersey admissions regional recruiter. I am based out of New Brunswick, so I am full-time in New Jersey to help students like you. The University of Alabama in Tuscaloosa, Alabama is a large Division I research R1 research university. We're part of the SEC conference. For R1 research, that means that we have the highest level of collegiate research on our campus. That does mean that we have undergraduate research opportunities. We do encourage all of our students, regardless of the major, to participate in undergraduate. We really believe that that's going to help you improve your creative and your critical thinking skills, even if you are planning on going into a profession that is not research specific. Our total enrollment on campus is a little over 38,000. Our undergraduate enrollment is a little over 32,000. What's unique about that number is close to 60% of our undergraduate students come from out of state. So for an out of state student, it is an ideal environment. There is a lot of common bond and then also friendships formed. We have students coming from all over the country. That also helps with diversity on campus. We have students with tons of different backgrounds and tons of different interests. For academics, we have 70 undergraduate majors on campus. And then when you consider the minors, you're looking at about 200 degree possibilities. When you apply to the University of Alabama, none of the programs are application specific. So you'll be admitted as an undergrad. You can declare your major or not. Our first 2 years, up to 60 credit hours, are foundational core curriculum programs. So we really encourage students to do a lot of exploration early on, even if it doesn't change the direction that you go with your major. I have met students that definitely discovered minors and other interests through this exploration process. Our top majors for undergraduate enrollment start with the Culverhouse College of Business, then the College of Engineering, then the College of Communications, then healthcare. Most of our healthcare students are nursing students. And then we also have a pre-health professional advising program for students who want to move forward into professional medical programs. And then after that is education. For programs moving into the upper level, there is applications required if you are going to advance into the nursing program. Also, if you are planning on applying to our dance program, we do require an audition. Also, if you are considering our BFA, Bachelor of Fine Arts program, you are required to submit a portfolio. That's not the case for the BA art program, but that is the case for the BFA. What stands out to me about the University of Alabama is our commitment to student success. This is going to translate either through graduate programs. We do have accelerated graduate programs, 5-year programs for various such as business and engineering. This is more prevalent for professional success. For internships, we are recently named by the Princeton Review as the #2 campus in college in the country for internships. And we are also the #1 SEC college for internships. Our students are living and working all over the country. This is when after they graduate, and then also for internships. We also encourage our students to do professional development over the summer. So if you're looking for opportunities to come back to New Jersey or to work in New York City, we're going to help you make those connections. Also, all of University of Alabama alumni will have lifetime access to career services. So if you're ever changing jobs or looking for new opportunities after you graduate, you're always going to be able to rely on the same resources that you do as an undergraduate. We have a very active campus life. We are the largest Greek system in the country. We're very proud of that. But when you look at the number of students, it is only a little over 11,000. So it's 30% of the university. So if you don't want to do Greek life, there are plenty of other options for you to get involved, form your own communities, and explore your own interests. 70% of our students do not do Greek life. We have 600 plus student organizations. It's also very easy to charter your own organization. That is also very beneficial to students because you're creating an early leadership opportunity. Even if you're not doing your own club early on, as you progress through the student organizations, you will evolve into a leadership role. And that's also a major skill that employers are looking for, no matter the industry that you're going into. For housing, we require and guarantee housing for all first-year students. We have 3 different style residence halls, including apartment style, suite style, that does offer a private bedroom for first-year students. The priority deadline for housing, for the housing application is February 1st. So if you apply for housing, first you have to be accepted, and then you apply for housing by February 1st. You'll be able to select your own housing. If you apply after, it will be assigned. The housing application itself opens on October 1st. So students who apply earliest for housing will be assigned the first selection dates, excuse me, and have priority selection for housing. These are our out-of-state merit scholarships. These are automatic scholarships if you have the GPA and the test scores that you see listed here. The University of Alabama is currently not test optional, but we do have a conditional admissions for students who have not had an opportunity to take an SAT or ACT. You would just indicate on your application that that's the case, and then we're going to review based on your GPA. Students with a 3.0 or higher will be admitted conditionally as regular admissions. Students with a 2.0 to a 3.0 will be admitted to our Crimson Edge program, which is an advising program. You will be required to submit a test score by May 2021. That may impact the final admissions decision, but there is some flexibility if you want to start your application now. I thank you all very much for your time. If you have any additional questions, I encourage you to go on to our website, do a search at the top for Meet Your Recruiter. You'll find my schedule. I do tied Zoom chats, which are one-on-one half-hour online meetings. So if you, your parents or your family want to connect with me, I really encourage you to do so. Thanks again. Have a great night.
All right, so those were all of our presenters. So we'll turn it over to the participants for the Q&A portion, and we'll just leave that open for a couple of minutes.
With the question about campus visits, the University of Alabama is open for campus visits. We do those Monday through Saturday. Our campus tours are available. We also offer Monday through Friday in-depth visits. So if you want to do facility tours of the different colleges, those are available. If that's something that you're interested in, please let me know. I will help make the arrangements and reserve those in-depth visits. You can also go online to see our virtual visit options.
All right, so if there are no further questions for our panelists, I'm going to wrap up just a couple of minutes early. I want to thank all of the panelists and participants for joining us today. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We'd really appreciate any feedback you can provide. And again, we've got a whole bunch of events happening all fall, so be sure to sign up for additional sessions at that same website, and that'll also be where our video recording of this afternoon's presentation will be as well. And stick around, we've got another 2 sessions scheduled for after this that'll start at the top of the hour, and I'm sure I will see some of you there. And have a nice afternoon if not.